What is up, everyone, and welcome to Curiosity Rebo. Okay, have you ever been scrolling online and you see a picture of just an empty place, and it hits you with this super weird feeling? Like, it feels strangely familiar, almost like a memory you never actually had. Today, we're diving deep into the terrifying internet phenomenon that is built entirely on that feeling, the backrooms.
Yeah, like this one right here. I mean, just take a second and look at it. Does it feel like you've been here before? Maybe in a dream you can't quite remember, or some forgotten memory? If it does, you are definitely not alone. This one unsettling image is basically ground zero for a massive internet mystery, a place called the Backroom.
So that's the big question, right? Why do these empty, kind of boring-looking places feel like a memory that we've just misplaced? Well, it turns out there is some really fascinating and kind of creepy psychology going on behind this feeling. And stick with me, because by the end of this, we're going to understand exactly what's messing with our heads. Okay, so to really get why this feels so eerie, we have to go back to the very beginning. We need to look at the urban legend that first unleashed this familiar nightmare onto the internet. So picture this. It's 2019. An anonymous user on 4chan posts that yellow room picture. The story they told was that you could accidentally no-clip out of reality, like in a video game, and fall through the floor of the world and get trapped there. This little internet ghost story, what people call a creepypasta, just absolutely exploded. It went viral and has since morphed into this huge collaborative universe with literally billions of views across TikTok, Reddit, and YouTube. It's everywhere. And the original description was just so perfect. It wasn't just about what you see, but what you smell and hear. The stink of old, moist carpet, the madness of mono yellow, and my personal favorite, the endless background noise of fluorescent lights at maximum hum buzz. You can almost hear that awful sound, can't you? The whole vibe is designed to feel oppressive and just endless. So, we know it's creepy, but why is it so unsettling? What's the secret here? Well, the first big clue to solving this whole mystery is understanding the specific type of place we're looking at. The Backrooms is a perfect example of what's called a liminal space. Now, liminal is just a fancy word from Latin that means threshold. Think about places like hallways, waiting rooms, airports, stairwells. You're never meant to stay in those places, right? They're just the in-between spots you pass through to get from where you are to where you're going. And that is exactly where the creepiness starts to creep in. I mean, look at a playground. It's supposed to be full of life, of kids laughing and running around. But when it's totally empty like this, it just feels wrong. Something is off. Psychologists actually have a term for this, a failure of presence. When a place that was designed for people is suddenly empty of people, it loses its entire purpose. And all you're left with is this deeply unsettling shell. This feeling of wrongness leads us right to our second clue, and it's all about a strange little glitch in our brains. You've probably heard of the uncanny valley when it comes to robots, right? Well, it turns out the same thing can happen with places. So basically, our brains are pattern recognition machines. You walk into a familiar place, your brain says, yep, I know this spot, and you feel comfortable. You walk into a totally brand new place, and your brain thinks, ooh, awesome, let's explore, and you feel curious. But if you walk into a place that is almost familiar, but something's just slightly off, alarm bells start ringing in your head. Your brain detects that something is wrong, and you feel super uneasy. That's the uncanny valley of architecture. Okay, this brings us to our third and final clue, and honestly, this is the big one. This is the one that truly explains that bizarre, mind-bending feeling of remembering a place you have absolutely never been to. We all know what nostalgia feels like. It's that warm, sentimental feeling for our own past. Thinking about your childhood home or hearing an old song that takes you right back. It's a feeling that's tied directly to your own real memories. But what if you could feel nostalgic for a time or a place you've never actually experienced? Well, there's a word for that. It's called anemoia. And this right here is the secret ingredient. The dated wallpaper in the backrooms, the yellowing carpet, that specific style of office, it taps into this collective memory, an aesthetic from a past that we feel like we should know, even if we never lived it ourselves. So let's put all the clues together. We have a transitional space that's not a destination, an uncanny design that feels wrong, and a weird dose of nostalgia for a past that isn't even ours. So what does this viral horror story really say about our modern world?
Because here's the real twist. The horror of the backrooms isn't some monster hiding around the corner. The creepiness is an emotional mirror. Those endless, empty hallways are just reflecting our own anxieties back at us, our feelings of being lost, isolated, or just plain stuck in a life that feels like one long transitional hallway.
And you know, this totally explains why our reactions to it are so complex. I mean, look at this data. Sure, a chunk of people feel fear and anxiety, but even more people feel curious or kind of neutral about it. We're drawn to these images because on some level, in a world that can feel so uncertain, that feeling of being in between is actually strangely relatable. And make no mistake, this idea has broken way out of niche internet forums. I mean, it is fully in the mainstream now. You've got the incredible Backrooms found footage series by Kane Pixels on YouTube, the critically acclaimed TV show Severance, which basically weaponizes liminal aesthetics to talk about office life. And get this, the powerhouse studio A24 is making a major horror film called The Backrooms, set to come out in 2026. This feeling is officially part of our culture. Ultimately, the power of these images, this whole idea, comes down to one simple, chilling thought. These places aren't haunted by ghosts. They're haunted by you. The emptiness isn't haunted by some supernatural monster. It's haunted by the feelings that we project onto it. It's haunted by us. So the next time you're scrolling online and you see a picture of an empty mall or a deserted hallway, and you get that little flicker of strange nostalgia, that I've been here before feeling, just pause and ask yourself, what is this place really telling me about me? What part of my own life feels like it's stuck in transition? And that is our deep dive on why these empty spaces can feel so terrifyingly familiar. If you had fun figuring this out with us, please hit that like button and subscribe to Curiosity Repo for more explainers on all the weird mysteries that are all around us. Thanks for watching.